Frail Fragment is a music podcast, but we talk about movies, entertainment, sports, whatever's on our mind, open stream of consciousness, in awareness, and making it a little comical on the side.
Hey, bruh.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Oh, another day, another dollar.
We got a pretty cool guest today.
Do we?
Yeah, and his name's Sean Walt. I mean, we'll get into it during the interview. I'm just gonna send in the info now. It's just so yeah. Just give us a sec here.
Why not?
It should be this. It should be this one. Yeah. So, this is a cool cat. Haven't spoken to him voice to voice since probably 2012 or something like that. So it's a pretty nice reunion. You know what I mean?
He's an acquaintance.
Yeah, he's definitely a musical acquaintance over the last Frail Fragment's career anyway.
It's good to have
we started in probably 2005, and yeah, we met him probably in 2008, and he just really impressed me, right? So
Okay. Yeah.
how have you been, man? How have you been since we last talked?
Good weekend. Watched the UFC.
Yeah.
Rikers.
Yeah, I don't know about that, bruh.
Wow. It was a split decision. Come on.
He won because of the takedowns. Okay, I think Sean's here now.
Oh.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Not much, man. How are you?
Good. Long time. Welcome to the Monster Closet. I want to say thank you for doing this and kind of going with the flow.
Well, I'm going to get along with it for the most part, Len. You know that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a quick little introduction. It's Monday, January 22nd, 2024. This is Monster Closet episode 19. So we weren't even at episode 20. It's 19. Our guest today is a special guy, Sean Walt, Peterborough's own, the world's own, one of the best singers I've ever heard. So it's pretty sick. Do you remember how we met, Sean?
I'm trying to remember for sure. I'm pretty sure it was online. I'm not sure if it was through MySpace.
Maybe. Okay, so my whole thing was, I'm probably wrong too. I'm trying to remember, but it was around 2008. Yeah. We played in Peterborough with Lee Appleby.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you were at the Spill and you watched us play. That could be wrong, but I mean, then we started talking and we wanted to start throwing some fucking real shows. And we played the Montreal House a bunch of times, and we threw some kick-ass shows. Like Frail Fragment, when we'd go to Peterborough, we'd book a hotel room like that. Peterborough was our favorite place to play. I love the people there. They're kind of like a Kawartha Lakes mentality, where they're very hospitable, and they really liked kind of the music we were playing. And yeah, man. Sleep Behind the Flame were some of the band members there were from Peterborough as well. And I think you did suggest a Sleep Behind the Flame. And their bass player, Anthony, now plays as a guitarist and a keyboardist in a band called Star Beast. And we're kind of touring with Star Beast. So it's kind of cool how it all kind of works in. And then I booked Robin from Birdie. Well, I booked Birdie, rather, at the Bovine for Halloween. Because a buddy's band, the Android Meme, suggested Birdie, and then Birdie, I found out, was working with you, and now we're gonna try to book a show on the 22nd in Peterborough at the Urban. And Robin's saying if we can't get the Urban, then let's do the Atria. I don't know if you're down with that, but let's definitely make something happen Saturday, June 22nd, and bring it kind of full circle. It's only been since fucking 15 years since we last kind of saw each other, right?
Well, I know. Well, honestly, though, I mean, to be fair, I'm just starting a new thing. So when we were doing all those shows before, that was all Fatal Assembly, right?
Yeah.
So, I
And
mean,
now you got Farewell Radio.
yeah, that's what we're kind of working with at this point. And hopefully there's not another band called that at this point, because we've been pretty good with trying to figure out, you know, what name we can use and not be infringing on somebody. We don't want to be Farewell Radio X. So
Yeah, for sure.
but that being said, yeah, Farewell Radio, 4-piece. I'm on acoustic guitar and vocals. I got a lead guitarist who's basically taking up the majority of the guitar duties. That's Jeremy Avey. He's previously from Coma After Crash, which is like a post-hardcore band. I've got Matt Leager on bass and backing vocals, and he was previously as California Kilowatt. I guess he was on Universal Records for a little bit. And then we've been kind of playing around with drummers. We had a new guy out last night. He was previously the drummer from Coma After Crash. I never got his last name. His first name is Andrew, and it's kind of funny. He's the second Andrew we've had as a drummer out in 2 weeks. So initially we were calling him Andrew 2.0. But he came out with 2 hours notice and like railed it. And like it was shocking. And we're playing we're playing Cochise, right?
Okay, nice.
Brad Wilkes drums to the nut, like fucking bang on the money, no issue, on 2 hours notice.
Yeah, you guys must nail that though, man. Because I mean, for me, Chris Cornell is my guy, right? So
yeah, he's the voice of a generation and the soundtrack of my life, man. So
yeah, absolutely. So I've probably heard about 1,000 singers like just playing shows forever, and you're in my top like 5, I would say, for like the thousands of fucking people I've heard sing. But dude, I can't remember the other 4 singers. Like I don't know who they are. I don't know. I know there were people that were amazing and everything, like, but you're one of those 5, and you're the only name I can fucking remember. So I mean, you really gotta check out Farewell Radio, and we're gonna be playing with them on June 22nd, either in Peterborough or in Oshawa, maybe, I don't know, but we got to make something happen with the Urban. I'm gonna contact them today. What's that?
Yeah, either way, we're good to go for it, and I'm gonna walk in there this week and have a chat with somebody. I don't know if anybody will be there, but I'm gonna go and have.
I think it's Belinda. It's Belinda. She's like the talent buyer. I'll give you her info.
Cool.
And for sure. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. It helps when you have a guy like there,
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, and I've got a guy where you are. You're in TO and Robin's in Oshawa, so it makes things a little bit easier in the long run of being able to network. But
for sure, buddy, for sure. Anything you need, man. If I can help you, I'll help you. And because you're an awesome singer, musician. You work hard. You're a grinder, and I love seeing. I'm always watching you, man. Like throughout the years, I see that you're playing bars and you're doing your thing. And I don't know. I think if we have.
I'm not in it to be a rock star, dude. I'm playing music because I like playing music, and I like the joy of getting on stage and having other people sing the songs with me and having a good time and making music for the sake of making music, not to make money, just to make music and to make art and have fun with it and have a good time. It's too much hate. Be happy.
I'm in it for that same reason, but I really do feel that if anybody deserves to get money, why shouldn't you get money? I'm not saying not to show me the money. I'm just saying that I'm not in it for the money. If the money happens, rock and roll. Let's do it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the right attitude, right? Because if you're chasing the money, you'll never be happy.
Yeah, fuck that. Life's too short to chase money.
Yeah. And you got a family and stuff too, so you're a family guy like me.
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah. I got a 6-year-old now and a 4-year-old. Girl 6, turning 7, going on 21, and then my son, he just turned 4 in November. And it's really nice having a family and everything. It kind of keeps you grounded, gives you like this solid purpose. You know what I mean? Like I'm like kind of Len 2.0 now. And I just have to balance because I become obsessive over shit. So I gotta like really check in with myself and have a balance with like playing music and spending time with my family. And going back into the money thing, I think everything happens for a reason, right? So it's like, even though we don't understand what the fuck's happening, it's like all part of something greater than everything, right? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I mean, and being a family guy, absolutely. Well, that's part of the reason why kind of Fatal kind of stopped, and I stopped kind of pursuing the big band thing, right? Like I got married. I've been married to my wife for 8 years. We've been together for 10. We have a 6-year-old. My other kid has moved in with me as of June of last year, full time. Done living at the other side. So, like, when you say you're Len 2.0, at this point, I'm like Sean, like 9.7931, waiting on an update to 10. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
you're like you're battle tested emotionally and physically, right? Like,
bro, yeah, I fucking play the long game, brother. You gotta, like, it's the only way to do it. If you don't play the long game, like, it's never done. So you just fucking keep going with it. The wife makes the joke all the time. Well, the holidays are over. Things will slow down now that it's January. Bullshit.
yeah, I know.
So,
Hey, is
no.
Farewell Radio in the studio?
No, they're not, man. So our lead guitarist is actually a Peterborough a police officer.
Okay.
And then our bassist lives in Campbellford. And then our drummer is, well, if he chooses, we offered the spot to him. Now it's a question of whether he wants to come and play with us, because the guitarist is, I'm gonna fucking show my age. I don't give a shit. The guitarist is a Peterborough police officer, has been for couple years, and he's 15 years younger than me. So, like,
Right.
there's a pretty big age gap, and the drummer's the same age. So it's really a question whether he wants to play with an old singer and an old bassist, and his old buddy playing guitar, or whether he's got other things to do. But we'll see. So, but as it stands, no, they're not in the studio. I wish they were, but he's out there being a superhero and keep people safe in Peterborough. So I'm happy with that anyway.
That's cool. And so you guys are just kind of like writing songs, or who writes the songs?
So we took the song Island from a while ago. So basically it started out, so speaking of Birdie, their guitarist, XV, Xadio Valak. So he's a buddy of mine and Jer's, and he introduced us probably about 4 months ago, Birdie's last show here in Peterborough at Urban, and I got up on stage with them. Jared kind of hung out to see if I could actually do what he said I could do, and I guess he was impressed, because afterwards he came back and started shooting the shit with me. And he was like, "Hey man, we should start something." I was like, "Sweet." So I took my acoustic guitar over to his house, and we jammed out some like 90s shit, some like Alice in Chains and some STP, and just to see kind of what we had a feel for. And then I jammed.
That's my favorite bands.
Yeah, I know. And so I went and played Island, which is like a solo release for me. It's on Spotify, and it's just straight up acoustic. And he was like, "That's a sick song. We should do something with that." So there is like a little minute-long video kicking around when we were looking for a drummer, where we were going under the name Rabbit Tooth. It's on TikTok and shit. If you go on my TikTok page, you'll find it. And it has Island in the background, kind of what we're starting to do. It's a demo. It's not the final recording. It's probably going to change a little bit, but it'll give you an idea of what we're doing. But, I got that Chris Cornell vocals going on and the acoustic guitar going on. Jared's playing some fucking Lamb of God riff over top of it.
Wow.
the drums are like some tribal African war drum thing I came up with. And then
this is under Sean Walt TikTok?
Yeah, man. It's
okay, okay, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
And then I edited it all together because I do all that shit too, right? So, but anyway, so he put that together, and then he brought this other riff to us that's tentatively called the Narcissist.
Okay.
I got in every morning. I wake up and my wife gets on her exercise bike, and I drink my coffee sitting on the couch. And unfortunately, I get to watch the Real Housewives of wherever the fuck.
And you're exercising through her?
No, I'm exercising by drinking a coffee and realizing that I have to deal with this shit now. So, she's on the bike. I'm not exercising. No, fuck that.
Okay.
So after watching the Real Housewives of all sorts of places, I got a lot of inspiration to write a song called Narcissist, and then Jer brought me a riff. So that's the second one that's kind of in the works right now. And then Matt's got a whole bunch of shit, and we're thinking about maybe rehashing Decay, which is on my Spotify if you take a look there. But yeah, just like it's a combination of covers because that's what we started out doing. And then Matt came into the fold just out of the blue. He like sent me a message. Hey man, thought maybe, maybe if you wanted to do something musically, we might be able to do something. And me and Matt had known of each other for, I don't know, 10 years easy, and knew people within the same circles. And then we had talked occasionally, and I promoted his like California Kilowatt stuff because it was kind of cool. I liked it. And then that all kind of didn't happen, but he reached out to me, and he came into the fold, and we've been like just jiving. Everything's been super smooth, and we've got like elements of like post-hardcore and metal and pop and grunge, and we're just mixing it all together. So it's going to be
Did you contact my boy? Did you contact my boy Dr. Lang or Matt Lang or whatever his name was? Drummer.
I contacted a bunch of people, man. We've probably talked to about 15 different drummers at this point, and we've had 2 come out. So
okay, well that guy's incredible. He lives in Peterborough, and I gave him the heads up on you, and I said like, hey man, you're a really good. I have a singer that's incredible, and I know you're good too, and you guys should fucking hook up. But I guess you guys never worked out, but it's okay.
Yeah, people get busy, right? Like we have like a commitment thing with doing it. So if the commitment's not there, or they don't think that they commit, we don't want to pressure them into it. We don't want to have anyone there because they feel like they need to be there. We want them to be there because they want to be there. So if it
what's the commitment?
Jive,
What's the commitment? Like, how often do you guys jam?
We jam once a week for about 4 hours, but when we jam, it's rehearsal. It's not practice. So when we're coming there to rehearse what we're sounding like on the stage. We're not there to practice the songs and learn stuff. We're supposed to put that time in during the week. Come there.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's like fair. You don't go hop on stage at Urban or at the Atria or any number of the other places that we've played in years and years and practice. You get up there and you put on a show. So if we're coming together and we're professional musicians, we need to come together, and like the wireless system's running here. We've got a full wireless for the guitars and the bass. Like
nice.
We have in-ears coming. We're not messing around. Like full-fledged, we're video recording all of our jams now from 2 different angles, just so we have the idea of what we look like. If we're doing anything stupid, if there's a spot where we're fucking up, then we can see if there's something that we can visibly see that's like suggesting to one of the, like we're taking it serious. It's a job, man, if you're gonna do it, right? So
that's sick, dude. That's sick. Like you guys are gonna reap those rewards when you guys play a show. People are gonna see that you're polished, right? Like you're it will be a performance. If you're practicing that way, it will be. It's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to fucking do a show with you guys.
Well, awesome. I can't wait to do a show with you guys. I watched a bunch of the stuff on CTV when you guys were on there, and it was awesome. And then
Thanks,
I
man.
hear all of these things where you're doing soundtracks for fucking horror films and shit, and I'm just like, dude's living the life. He's just fucking playing with sound and having a fucking blast doing it. Like,
Yeah, because I work full time, right? So I work full time, but the pandemic kind of, I was sent home and I got caught in a kind of like a tailspin. I kind of thought to myself, you know, if you want to get your music out there, this is kind of the time to do it. Everybody's in front of their computer. So, I mean, the projection I got was before the pandemic, you know, if you message 100, let's say, music supervisors, 3%, so 3 out of the 100 will get back to you, and nothing will come of it, right? But with this pandemic going on,
you have to message 1,000, 3% will get back to you, and one of those guys will say yes, but they fucking run a radio station in Alaska.
Yeah.
So they're also playing Tiny Tim right now. So they'll play it right after Tiny Tim and right before Neil Sedaka. But
exactly.
Right? Like,
no, I know, that's true, yeah. But so 20 guys out of 100 got back to me during the pandemic, and 3 of them paid me.
Oh my god!
Right, so that was the kind of the projection with this pandemic. So I mean, it was cool, and I now I'm working with this guy called Jason Hawkins, who's out of the Pacific Northwest, like Oregon, fucking Portland area, and he's a horror director, and so now I can kind of like use his visuals and associate my music with visuals now. Right? So that was the benefit of working with him, just to kind of like evolve into something visually as well. And so that's what I took from it, and I felt like I could, I got published, and I feel like I could have maybe ran after millions, but I mean, I had a strong feeling that I would have had to have sacrificed my family, and I wasn't ready to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Oliver Anthony guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he could fucking go get 9 fucking transport trucks and sing his songs all over the place, or he can fucking take his $40,000 a day for the next 3 or 4 weeks while he's getting it, and then just fucking sit on it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it.
No, I mean, I'm just, I'm just trying to be happy. What?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, we're all indie kind of musicians, but I think that like you're a special indie musician to me, because I haven't heard people that can sing like you, right? Like you're awesome. So I mean, people should really check you out, and you're as good as kind of anybody out there on the radio, you know. So I mean, fuck, it's pretty awesome, dude. And I want to do more shows with you, but I don't know, like, yeah, I do want to do more shows, like in Peterborough and maybe Oshawa, but I can't do many shows every year right now unless there's a budget behind it, because we got families and we got a whole bunch of shit. Like last year we did 12 shows, I think. Yeah. This year we might do like 8 shows, right? Like.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. When it comes right down to it, like I'm not out there. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to be on the stage, I want to have fun, and I want to play. But if I want to just go out and jam at a fucking song or something and go out and play 3 or 4 songs, there's like fucking 20 open stages here in Peterborough. I can go sit on anybody's stage, play 3 songs, and go the fuck home. But if I'm going to play a show, the whole idea behind it is like proper promotion. So you're right, there is groundwork here, because I work the day job, but I also got a 16-year-old who fucking wants to do whatever he can to hang out with me. So if it means that he's out there and we're postering together and we're fucking handing out flyers for fucking 2 weeks a couple times, throughout the week, just to get the name out there and get the posters in fucking people's windows like we used to do back in the day, and it doesn't happen anymore. Like, the groundwork doesn't go in, and then people bitch that no one shows up to the show. It's like, what fucking show? The poster that's on the bar that replaced the same poster last week and played, like, fucking put put it in the goddamn Charlotte Jewelers, like fucking put it somewhere that people are gonna go, what the fuck is that? And look at it. But
so Sean, sorry to interrupt, but my boy Ace is on the line here too. Ace, are you there? Okay, Ace is sleeping, but yeah, there's a kind of a co-host. He was just sitting back, but I wanted to introduce you, but I guess he's fucking sleeping or something. So it's all good. Where did Ace go? Well, anyway, I just wanted to tell Ace, like when we would show up at the Montreal house, the place would be fucking packed, and that would be you.
Yeah.
Right, doing all that fucking legwork, right? And it was a cool response from the people because they actually did like that music. They weren't just going there just because I guess that was the place to be. They were going there for like to hear good music, right? And we're kind of like, we're just throwing cool shows, so I want to do that again.
But it's creating a scene, right? It's like
yeah.
Fatal Assembly show because they knew that we were gonna kick ass. And we were going to play fucking 20 songs, and they probably knew 8 of them from the radio that we were going to play heavier than the bands that play them on the radio. And then we had our own shit that they loved and bought the CDs for. But they also knew that because we didn't suck, the other bands we brought in weren't going to suck. And they knew what bands they were because they saw the fucking posters for it 2 months before the show. Right?
Sean, let's lock it in. Saturday, June 22nd. We're gonna set something up in the next, I'm gonna say, no later than a week. I'm gonna send you Belinda's contact information, bud, and I'm gonna email her. We'll get Robin to email her, and if you could go by in person, that'd be fucking sick, dude.
Oh, I will. Well, and honestly, I mean, we have the potential to be doing a show potentially at the end of April with Birdie, pending some stuff that has nothing to do with us. It's all on the other end, and we're just like, if we get to play it, cool. But otherwise, June 22nd will essentially be like stage birth for this Farewell Radio.
Well, hey, if you guys do play the Atria with Birdie, let me know, because Birdie, like we're kind of like, I mean, penciled in for that show as well, but we got the Horseshoe on May 4th, so I mean, when you play the Horseshoe, they don't want you fucking doing anything, right? So it's like, I told Birdie, I'm like, we can't promote that, and Robin's like, you know what, I'll put you down, but I'm on the fence with that show right now, so I just gotta see what's happening, because there's Guelph might want us to do something for this thing called, they have like a game, I don't know, we're just trying to play different places as well,
No, I get that, man. Like, that's kind of the way that we're at. Like, at this point, like, if we're going to do a show, the idea is to fucking fill the place to begin with. Like, whether it's a fucking 200 place like the Montreal House was, or 300 place like the Red Dog was, or fucking...
Is that place gone?
Yeah, it's for now, anyway. We'll see what happens to the building, but yeah, it's...
And Montreal House, what is it, a gas station or some shit now?
No, the Montreal House, man, it's a smokehouse. So it's
okay.
Fucking down there. They have a little bit of live music from time to time, but it's Dr. J's. So it's like a roadhouse, smokehouse. Like, they got smokers out in the parking lot where we used to smoke cigarettes and shit. They're all back when we still smoked like shit. Oh my god. But yeah, like that's what that place is now. And then right beside it is the new hockey outside like skating rink that people like to smash signs at. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they're making downtown nice, I think.
Well, who's your favorite singer?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chris Cornell would be
okay, that's mine too.
Yeah.
Who's your second favorite singer?
I got like a top 5 that
Let me hear it. Let me hear your top 5.
Okay, so we got Cornell, and then in no particular order, and this is gonna blow minds, I'm sure. Don Henley from the Eagles, Sammy Hagar from Van Halen, and obviously Hagar. Fucking Garth Brooks,
right?
And Johnny Cash.
That's an interesting 5. I like it, but I'm gonna say for me, it's kind of like all those, Chris Cornell would be number 1. Eddie Vedder would probably be number 2. Scott Weiland would be number 3. I'd go Lane Staley number 4. There's lots of number 5s because there's so many great singers, right? I mean, Freddie Mercury's an amazing singer. You know, Robert Plant's an amazing singer. There's so many guys.
My number 1 front man all time is Freddie Mercury.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, but he's more than a singer. He commands audiences. I would never peg him as just a singer. The guy plays piano. The guy fucking writes music. He orchestrated music. He
runs around and does somersaults and shit.
He fucking the dude was insane. He was so much more than just a singer. Like, that guy was crazy.
Sean, thank you so much for doing this show. Sean Walt, his new band is Farewell Radio. We're going to be doing a show June 22nd, Saturday. We're working out the kinks now. I'll send you all that stuff. Do you have anything to promote right now?
Yeah, go listen to my new song Decay on Spotify or YouTube or whatever you want to call it, but it's Decay.
Please do so. You have my full backing. This guy's fucking amazing. You got to check him out live. I mean, Sean, if we do a show, you, me, and Robin, those are 3 power fucking singers right there, dude. So, I mean, that's going to be a cool fucking gig. And, you know, I'm playing with I have a big age difference in my band too, right? Like, you know, members come and go, but I'm still with my brother-in-law, Ian. And that guy's like 40, going to be 44 this year. I'm going to be 42 this year. But my guitarist is 30, going to be 31 this year. And then my drummer's like 25 or something like that, right? So, we're just kind of we jam and we have fun, and then we'll book a show every other month, right? And that's kind of the way we're doing it, and it's working for all of us. And like, everybody has their own lives, and you know, my drummer plays in a few bands, and he's like very active, and he goes to school for drumming and the whole thing. And same with my guitarist, and like, we have a good band right now. So I'm excited to play the shows that I'm playing. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm doing it to have a good time. I don't need really somebody saying that I'm a fucking badass. That's really not why I'm playing shows. But, I mean, that energy transfer feels nice. And I feel fortunate that we get to play shows, because it's not easy to do. And you know full well, bro, you've been in this fucking game for a long time. You know it's not easy to play a show, because just to get on stage and get along.
Yeah. No, just to get on stage. Like, we were actually talking about this jam yesterday, and I don't want to cut in and digress too much, but the drummer, who's 30, literally says, like, because he's got long hair, he's got tats, like, he looks the part, right? Whereas I'm 45 years old, I don't have long hair anymore. I shave my head because I don't give a fuck. I've got a big fuck off goatee beard because I don't give a fuck. And he says to me, it must be nice to be in a position where you're like, you just don't give a fuck anymore. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it generally comes from like shit. But he's like, but you can just like not care about what everyone thinks. And I said, well, but a long time ago, someone said to me, well, man, you suck. And I pulled the microphone out of my mic stand, and I literally handed it to the drummer, or tried to hand it to the drummer, and I said, you do better.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, at the end of the day, man, it comes down to like loving yourself.
Yeah, you have to. Fuck.
So if you don't love yourself, you're chasing something that you're never gonna get fulfilled for. So if you're trying to look a certain way and do something, it's like you're not seeing that jewel that kind of God or the universe gave you when you became part of this world, right? And once you find that, you become a lot more content with fucking the way shit is, right? And you really become more aware of all of the miracles that are happening every fucking second of the day, right? But we get caught up in thinking about, like, you know, what's going to happen tomorrow or what already happened. And you kind of base your whole life around all those fucking traumas that you went through as a fucking child. And you're chasing am I good? Am I going to be good enough? I have to be good enough. I have to prove that I'm good enough. Now, those traumas make Michael Jordan who he is and make these great singers and entertainers who they are, but that's just a part of it. They really need to love themselves, because at the end of the day, Chris Cornell, my hero, has fucking killed himself. Fucking Scott Weiland, who I saw 4 months before he died, killed himself. Lane Staley fucking killed himself. I mean, all of these people have fucking massive amounts of fucking trauma that they need to numb with drugs and a whole bunch of shit, and it just transgresses into them fucking blowing their fucking brains out.
Yeah.
No, man. I know. It's like it's super sad that people just can't accept the fact that you are a product of your experiences, and the fact that you're still here, still breathing on this side of the dirt is in itself an accomplishment. It's not a participation trophy. Life's fucking hard, and every day it gets harder, and it gets harder for the new generations, and the older generations don't fucking seem to understand that, and a small finite little amount of the older generation wants to tell everyone else how to live, because they're not having a problem with how they live, because they have all the resources, and they're not willing to share them, but they're also not willing to die. So at this point, just accept the fact that life's hard, love yourself, move forward, and be happy that every day you get to wake up and see the fucking sunrise, and the bombs aren't dropping in your house. You don't have to worry about stepping in a fucking landmine when you're walking to school. You have a fucking bus to take you there. Like, fuck. Just
be the best person you can be for the world.
Be yourself.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Hey, Ace, this is my buddy Sean. Holy fuck, man. What the fuck happened to you? Were you sleeping?
I couldn't hear.
Son of a bitch, bro. How many fucking podcasts have you been doing now, dude? I sent you the fucking leave your phone on fucking, what did you, you're falling asleep and your phone went black?
It went black, bro.
Oh.
All right, Sean, thank you so much, okay?
You're very welcome, Len. Thank you for having me on, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers, buddy.
All right,
take care. This is the Monster Closet, episode 19 with Sean Walt. Check him out. His new band's Farewell Radio. He gave you all the stuff you needed to check out. I think we're all done, packed up, ready to go. June 22nd will be the show. FrailFragment.com. The Monster Closet's on Spotify. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Frail Fragments, Monster Closet.